Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Coach B, the CEO, co creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. I work with ready to grow leaders to create clarity, counterbalance, and freedom so they can own what's next and make value led choices. Today, let's talk about the real reason people burn out. It's not what you think. Again, today's topic, the real reason why people burn out. It's not what you think. Let's talk about burnout, especially among leaders who carry too much. So, for me, a leader could be a person in their community, in their family, at work, with or without a title. So, let me say that again. A leader can be a leader in their family, in their community, at work, with or without a title. Again, we're talking about burnout, especially among leaders who carry too much. Burnout doesn't come from doing too much. Burnout does not come from doing too much. It comes from doing too much without clarity, support, and boundaries. Let me say that again. Burnout comes from doing too much without clarity, support, or boundaries. So, what does that mean? That means most leaders burn out because they say yes too quickly, saying yes before they really think it through, overcommitting themselves. Don't ask for help. The work is piling up, is stacking up, and they're not asking for help. They don't delegate. They got I can handle this even if I have to stay late or take on one more thing or let something drop by the wayside. I can handle this. Taking pride in over functioning. I'm going to go into that one a little bit deeper in a minute. And confusing responsibility and dependency. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into that as well. And never put down what was never theirs to carry. So sometimes people can give you something and you just take it to the finish line. They gave it to you at the 50-yard. You were supposed to drop it off at the 40-yard, but you just keep running with it all the way to the finish as though it is actually your responsibility. Again, burnout doesn't come from what? Doing too much. It comes from doing too much without clarity, support, and boundaries. Are you saying yes when it should be no? Are you afraid to say no? Do you know how to say yes, but no? Do you know how to say no, but yes? Again, these are skills and techniques that one will need in order to prevent burnout. I see someone is out there. Thank you for your support. If you want to leave a comment, let me know and leave it in Facebook or YouTube, and I'll make sure I'll put the comment up, such as this. That's the comment. If you put your comment in, I will definitely have it broadcasted. So, if you're saying this to yourself, it's easier if I do it. I can remember growing up hearing people say, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So that means if a person feels like they're the only one that can get it or do it right, they'll always be the one doing everything. Another comment that you might be making to yourself, I don't want to be a burden to them. So instead of asking somebody for help, You go, oh, I don't want to ask nobody for nothing because I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be a burden to them. So therefore, you don't ask for the help. Another thing you might be saying is someone has to be responsible. Nobody's responsible around here. Let me be the one that be responsible, which means normally that you're going to take on everything. Everything. Next, you could be thinking this: if I don't step in, things will fall apart. People are afraid that things will fall apart and it will be their fault. Things will fall apart. They should have, could have, would have done something. And if they don't jump in and do something, it's going to fall apart. It could be you're thinking, I can't rely on anyone. So many times I hear this in my coaching practice. When I ask people, what are you up to? What are you doing? Oh, I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. I have to do that. Can someone else do it? No, everybody's relying on me. I'm the strong one. I'm the leader. You're strong. You're the leader. But we'll talk about that in a minute, because guess what? If everybody's relying on you and you're doing everything, the likelihood is you don't have no time for yourself and you're burning a candle at both ends. You could be thinking, I'll rest after this is done. Woo, I hear that so many times. Just let me take care of this. Just let me take care of that. And when I'm done, I'll take care of that. Whatever that is, more than likely will get pushed down the road day after day, moment after moment. It will get pushed down the road. It becomes less of a priority for you. And whatever else is happening that you're taking on is becoming more of a priority. I'll deal with this myself later. So there's something that is going on. There's something that is happening. You're going to take that on first, or you're going to deal with everything else that's on your plate and still add this level of responsibility to it. I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. I know you can hear yourself thinking that or saying that. I know that you can. You could be doing this, and these are only a few things. And you may listen, if you can relate, put a 1 in the comment, in the chat, wherever you are. Put a 1 if you can relate. Let me know you out there that you can relate, that you heard this video, right? 1 is what? Doing work others are capable of doing. So and so can make it to the store. It might take them a little bit longer to do it, but they can do it. They're capable of doing it. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do it all. So and so, whoever that is capable of doing X, Y, and Z. Carrying responsibility silently, taking it on yourself. Nobody asked you to do it, but you're taking on the responsibility emotionally, mentally, sometimes physically, sometimes financially. You're just taking it on. Nobody's asked you to do anything, but you're taking it on. And rescuing instead of clarifying. Somebody says they have an issue. Your first thing is to get in there and fix it and solve it. The person didn't ask for help. Your natural inclination is to just jump in and fix it. How about if you just took your time and waited to see what happened? So let's get to, that's the over-functioning. Let's talk about the responsibility versus dependency. We're going to talk about responsibility versus dependency. Dependency, others relying on you to think, decide, fix, or regulate for them. Well, what do you think I should do? How do you think I should do it? When do you think I should do it? You're using your brain power, your energy to solve something for them when they can use their own brain power, they can use their own cognitive resources and figure out a plan. You're, excuse me, you're stepping in before someone steps up. So you're excited about something, and I use the word something because something can give meaning to anything. So I use the word something. So you're stepping in before someone else steps up. You're eager. I could do it. I got it. And you may or may not give someone else a chance to step up because you're going to be the one to step up. Guess what happens? If you continue to step up, step up, step up, gradually the other person will never step up. Because why should they when you're going to do it? Carrying emotional, logistical, or decision-making weight that isn't yours. That isn't yours. Imagine, again, you could be a leader at home, in your community, at work, with a title, no title. Guess what? There's something that needs to be done. And yes, be a team player, be a part of the team. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you're taking the weight of the whole thing on your shoulder. You're going to figure out A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F. You're going to figure out everything. And matter of fact, you might even go beyond that and start implementing stuff without first taking a look at, is this a team project or is this my project? Is this a team project or is it my project? Is it a family project or am I making it my own? Is this a community project or I'm running stuff? I'm making it my own. Feeling guilty when you don't intervene. Ooh, sitting on your hands, not saying nothing, shh, being quiet. Don't jump in. Don't fix nothing. And you feel guilty. I should have said something. I should have did something. Opposed to, let me just sit back, relax, and be quiet. There are other people with skills, like mine, unlike mine, that can contribute to whatever the scenario is. There are other people that can do X, Y, and Z. Some will do it better, some will do it different, and everybody has a right to their own style. Responsibility is owning your role. This is my work. This is my responsibility. This is my role. This is what I need to do. Following through on your commitment. Not everybody else's commitment. Not everybody else's deadline. You didn't commit to that. But following through on your commitment. Leading where you are accountable. Leading where you are accountable. If I have a team, I need to be in leadership. This is what we're doing. I need X, Y, and Z. Delegate here, delegate there. Get back to me Friday, 2 o'clock, Friday, 1 o'clock, whatever the deadline is or whenever the checkpoint is. Get back to me. And let people know what I'm up to. What am I creating? What am I doing in terms of whatever the project? Same thing in the family. I hear it all the time when I'm working with people. I got to take on so much responsibility because the brothers, the aunties, the cousins, nobody is showing up. Nobody else takes on responsibility. Well, one is, have you let them? And two, what would happen if you just stepped back for a moment and waited and watched to see what would actually happen? What would be different? Support others without replacing their agency. Again, when we're doing everything, we're taking over. I got this. If you want it right, do it yourself. If we're coming in with all of that, we're not allowing other people to grow. Let them grow. Let them make mistakes. It's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. Trust me, I know. Right? Let them grow. So sometimes being a good leader in your family in your community, at your work, is to let other people grow. Let them make mistakes. Didn't you make yours? Didn't you make some mistakes when you was growing into your leadership identity? Didn't people have to coach you and mentor you and supervise you? Allow that process for somebody else. If you are over functioning and you don't understand the difference between responsibility and dependency, then you're not being a leader. You're, excuse me, you're not being a leader. You're operating out of an outdated system, and it's costing you freedom from burnout. If I don't change the way I manage and deal with certain things, it's going to continuously lead to burnout. That's not leadership. You're operating in an outdated system that's causing you freedom from burnout. Clarity changes everything. Let me say that again. Clarity changes everything. Burnout isn't about effort, it's about misaligned energy. So, what we want to do is get aligned. Is this mine? Then I take accountability and responsibility. If it's not, then I do what? I speak. I say to the person, listen, let me know how I could be supported. This is yours, this is mine. Then you leave it. You don't pick up somebody else's stuff. You don't have to go be, I was going to say, you don't have to be super person, and you don't have to be the one to fix everything. You don't have to be the one to be first all the time. Give other people an opportunity, right, to grow up, to grow into their own leadership style and role and identity. Subscribe and follow for more on creating the clarity, counterbalance, and freedom. Let me just, take this off. Thank you, right? So, if today's message spoke to you, stay connected. Stay connected. Every Wednesday, I bring clarity, counterbalance, and freedom to leaders ready to create their future intentionally. Like, subscribe, and share with leaders who are ready to own what's next. I'm Coach B, the CEO. Clarity, counterbalance, and freedom. This is how you own what's next.